Welcome back, y'all. Bald Father Bets. We're coming at you with our Thursday night football pick for NFL Week 3. We have an absolute shite game tonight. But we have a good weekend for both. NFL has some bangers, then college is loaded this weekend. But first, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel, notifications on, because we do post close up until kickoff sometimes. Make sure your notifications are set on in the settings also for community posts. That's important because we will every once in a while, much less so far this year, we've only done one, but it did win. We'll give you a halftime play in a community post, or if we just can't commit you to the video, we'll give you a community post. Give the video some love, like, share, comment, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you will be watching this Thursday night football game or if you would rather put your head in a toilet, because this is awful. It's only week 3 too. I mean, they were on a run here with these Thursday night games. This one is absolute ass. So anyway, also we have some picks for you that we are making for NFL Sunday. Tonight, I almost went against all of my philosophies when it comes to sports betting in the NFL. I almost went against my model. I do every once in a while go against my model, just FYI, but not in this spot. And I almost said we're laying it with the Bills, and then I couldn't do it. Not this early in the season. I personally, in my gut, in my heart, think that Miami is a dead team, and the Bills will beat them by 45. And it'll be 21-0 with the Bills putting together a 2-minute drive before half, and Josh Allen will score set on drive, and it will be 28-0 at halftime. But sports betting isn't about what your personal feelings are. From a model standpoint, from anything, this is too many points. We are going to take the Dolphins plus 12.5, and we're going to do it for 1 unit because I hate it. I hate it more than any pick I've given out so far this year. It's awful. It is one of those ones where you're going to feel completely dumb when it's 38-0 Bills, and then Tua throws a pick 6, and it's 45-0 Bills. This is like, there is a chance this is the game where Tua gets benched and Quinn comes in for a little bit. But from any sort of metric standpoint, any sort of betting standpoint, any sort of using a model, any sort of, you have rules when you bet, so you're not just a gambler, it's too many points, and you should take the Dolphins plus 12.5. So that's what we're doing. We're taking the Dolphins plus 12.5. We're doing it for 1 unit. I hate it. Which probably means it's going to win, but I hate it more than any other bet that we've made. Cannot stand it. It's awful. And this game is awful. Shame on you, NFL. Okay, that's it. I'm not getting into deep details of anything. This is clear. The Bills are a wagon. The Bills are a Super Bowl contender, and the Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL. So let's just move on. Other picks we made. So in the NFL recap video for week 2, I forgot to lay it, so I put it in the comments. Hopefully you guys picked up on that. We are taking the Rams plus 4 against the Eagles for 3 units. Rams played the Eagles about as good as anyone did last year, and this time they're not playing in January when they go to Philadelphia. And if you guys haven't noticed through the first 2 weeks, the Eagles are not quite as good as they were last year. There's a few reasons for that, mainly a lot of the stuff that they lost on offensive defensive line. They're also not 100% healthy right now. And Jalen is Jalen. You can take that as a good thing, you can take that as a bad thing. He has surprised me with his ability to be accurate and run that offense and win games and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you do not have everything else clicking around him, he is not Joe Burrow. And that just is what it is. It's not a knock. just as facts. So yeah, we like the Rams +4 for 3 units. It's a 1 p.m. game, which is kind of crazy. But yeah. And then a bunch of other picks on Sunday that we're getting ready to give you for the first time. We like the Raiders +4 for a unit. I don't love it, but again, it's too many points. And Gino tends to follow up poor performances with good performances, and he won't be going up against the Chargers defense. That's the main reason we like it. And also, we're gambling a little bit here, which we don't do, but we are gambling a little bit here that Jaden Daniels sits. It's early in the season to be playing a mobile style QB with an injury like that when you're the Commanders and you have division conference Super Bowl aspirations. The Commanders are all in while they have Daniels on a rookie contract, and it would behoove them to not risk it with Jaden on this one. If they lose Jaden, they're done. Like that, a team doesn't operate without Jaden Daniels. So anyway, we are taking then the Broncos +3.5 for 2 units, a team that I have shit on all year so far. Division game against the Chargers. Broncos got they got fucked pretty hard by the refs against the Colts. I think you'll see motivation there. I am a little concerned because this is very much of a number game for me, but 3.5 is too much. But if it was 2.5 with the Chargers, we'd probably be laying it, and that always concerns me a little bit. This Chargers team is very good, and Mr. Harbaugh doesn't really lose games. However, this is a division game, and the Broncos, Sean Payton plays Jim Harbaugh well. That's over a course of history. And the Broncos have also done well last year against the Chargers. And it's just hard for me. It may happen, but it's very hard for me to picture the Chargers starting out 3-0 in the division. And again, we talked about this on the NFL recap video. Chargers' first 3 games are all division games. They won the first 2. Easily beat the Raiders. Tougher game against the Chiefs, but they were in control the whole game. I think you're getting an inspired effort from the Broncos. And I liked what I saw to Bo Nix against the Colts. I did. He looked like ass against the Titans, but he cleaned up a lot of that stuff against the Colts. And the Colts probably have a much better defense than the Titans, honestly. So doing that on the road against Indy was more impressive than doing something at home against the Titans. He played much better week 2. And I like Bo Nix. It's one of the big reasons why we said last year that we didn't believe Oregon was as good as they were, because Dylan Gabriel was not the same thing Bo Nix was, and voila, Dylan Gabriel was like a 3rd-round pick, and Bo Nix was like the 12th overall selection in the NFL draft. And there's a reason for those things. But anyway, we like the Bears +1.5 against Cowboys. That one's for 1 unit. Don't love it, but the Bears are at home. The Cowboys haven't really shown you anything on defense that makes you think that they can stop anybody. And the Bears just got beat by like 30 points. So they should be motivated. You got Ben Johnson slightly calling them out, too, in the press conference. I think what he said, we're not practicing like a championship team. Yeah, we're not practicing like a championship team, I think is what he said. That's a call out. That's you calling out. That's you calling out your coaching staff. That's you calling out your captains. That's you calling out the veteran leadership on the team. That's what you're doing when you do that. You don't do that unless you're making a calculated move. And Ben Johnson's a very calculated human being and individual. What's the next one? It's the only other afternoon game. There's 4. 49ers. We're taking the 49ers -2 against the Cardinals. I should have got in on this one right away when it was a pick, but we didn't. So 49ers -2 against the Cardinals. This dates a little bit back to The Cardinals have played the 49ers close. They have. When the situation has been a little bit different than this one. This is early in the season to where it isn't like a 49ers team who's kind of already got a multi-game lead in the division. This is a 2-0 Cardinals team versus a 2-0 49ers team for the division lead. And I don't think Kyle Shanahan will lose this one at home. Still injury concerns for the 49ers, and that's where we're at risk here. And that's why this line is so short. I don't hate it either way. If obviously I like it a lot more if Purdy gets cleared and we know he's in there and then that line shoots up and we got it at -2. I don't hate it if Mac Jones plays though. I don't love it though. It's why it's only one unit. The Cardinals have not impressed me in either of their wins against the Saints or the Panthers. They've also been playing the Saints and the Panthers. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Did I already give you guys the Saints +8 for a unit? If I did not, we're also taking the Saints +8. Speaking of not liking the Saints, we're betting on them. We're taking the Saints +8 for one unit. And then Sunday Night Football. Giants +7 for 2 units. I do think Kansas City gets right. I think they win the game. Until Kansas City gets their weapons back on offense or trades for some weapons or adds some out of free agency or whatever, they're beating everyone with defense right now. The Giants also have a very good defensive line, like phenomenal defensive line. And you saw what Russell Wilson did. Now that was against the Cowboys defense, which is ass. But a 7, Chiefs could easily win games right now, 13-6, 13-10, 9-3. That's the type of team the Chiefs are right now. And they'll find ways to win games. But getting +7 on Sunday Night Football with a Russell Wilson quarterback team against a team that they're having a really tough time making it to 20 points a game, we'll take that. We'll take that for sure. So that's why we like that one for 2 units. That's it for everything that we've made so far. We may be at you tomorrow with a Friday night video. A video for Friday night. Because like I said, there's 2 games that were in monitor phase, which is Rutgers, Iowa, and Tulsa, Oklahoma State. And then obviously we will be at you Saturday morning. I think we've already made 8 picks for college football through our previous videos. And I think we're adding some more Saturday morning. Gonna be a big day for us on Saturday. And then obviously we'll be at you Sunday with where we pick every game against the spread in the NFL as we do every week. And then Monday for a banger Monday Night Football matchup. How do we have Thursday Night Football, Bills and Dolphins, and then Monday Night Football is Lions and Ravens? If you are Amazon, you got to be knocking on Roger Goodell's door and being like, hey, bud, what the is this? I think we paid you $1 billion. How is Monday Night Football this matchup and we're getting the Bills and the Dolphins? Granted, I don't think I did. I talked to you guys about it in my preseason videos. I thought the Dolphins were going to be this bad. I don't think everybody thought the Dolphins were going to be this bad. So anyway. We have a banger matchup, though, for Monday night, so obviously we'll be at you with the video for that one. Enjoy whatever you do this evening. If it is watching the Bills and Dolphins game, like me, because I'm going to torture myself with that, God bless you. If it is doing something else with your time that is more valuable and rewarding and not terrible, enjoy what you were doing there as well. We'll be at you again. Thank you guys again. Appreciate it always. And go Fins.